Mark chapter 1. Mercy is a fulfillment of the law of love. Verse 4, there came a leper to him, beseeching him and healing him. If thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. Now we know from Matthew's account, he knew God had the ability. He didn't know if he was willing. Do you know, God didn't say, well, I can't heal you because you're not really in faith, because faith knows that I can and I will. That didn't happen, because mercy always says, I'll tell you how I can help you. And he said, I will. He gave him the data that he needed in order to help him. He didn't refuse to help him because he wasn't in faith. He gave him, I will heal you, so that he could step into faith, and he was completely healed. And he did that, said he was moved with compassion, verse 41. Moved with compassion. And immediately his leprosy departed. Now, you know what that means? That leper caught on real quick when he got to I will. He already had I can down. He understood that God could. And we know that. Sometimes that's where we walk. We know God can. We know that. He's all powerful. But we're not sure he'll do that for me. Have you ever been there? Compassion prompted him to help this leper. Now look at Matthew 14. This is a great verse, 14:14. Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude. Well, I always thought a great multitude would be measured by acres. After all, they can't count them. Acres of people, and was moved with compassion. Compassion or mercy moves you to action. It causes you to want to do something to help. Moved with compassion, and he healed their sick. The whole multitude. The whole multitude. He healed the sick in an entire multitude. He did it not because they were qualified, but because he had compassion, and compassion says you got to do something. Now, you remember in Matthew 9, he said they appeared to be sheep without a shepherd. So what did he do? He says, we need shepherds here. And he sent the 12 out into the field. He ordained them for the ministry, gave them power and authority to help people, and he expected them to go with the same compassion that he functioned in. And then when that wasn't enough, he sent out 70. And he expected the 70 to go with compassion. Now that means everybody has compassion but you. Now Wayne is the most compassionate husband on the face of the earth. Well, he's the only one I know as a husband, so that would be obvious. And the other night, I don't sleep at night a lot, and I'm going to change, though. I had my eyes open, and in the bedroom window, our bedroom is 30 foot long, and there went a light that went, I went, and I looked over, and Wayne is sleeping soundly. So I thought, well, anytime I wake him with a sound or something, he can't find anything, so I thought I'll just forget it. So I closed my eyes, and in a few minutes I opened my eyes and looked around, and the light went, like about this, a ball about this big, at that far window. We're at this end, 30 foot, and the light was at that end. So I said, Wayne, Wayne, Wayne. He said, thank you for not hollering at me. You know, like, Wayne, Wayne, there's a light at the end of the room. I'm capable of that, but I was very nice. I said, there's a flashing light. He said, he never opened his eyes. He said, oh, I meant to fix that. I forgot. Now, here's the point where I could be compassionate, where I wanted to say, how come you didn't fix it? But we just rolled over and practiced sleeping. We do a lot of practice sleeping. If I need anything, night or day, Wayne Combee's always there for me. It's not that he's sympathetic. He's compassionate. Sympathy is joint feelings. Compassion is action that eliminates the dilemma. Now, last night I got up 2 or 3 in the morning, which is not unusual for me, and I thought I'd just have hot tea. And sometimes I pray in the Spirit a while, and you know, you get stiff laying in bed, just laying there and laying there and laying there and laying there. So I thought I'll get up. And nobody came and checked on me, because he knows I'm not. I promised him, if I'm going to run away from home, I'll leave you a note. So he doesn't get up and check on me anymore much, because he knows there'll be a note there. Besides, he knows it's a long way to the bus station, and I don't know anybody anywhere. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is there's always a way to eliminate somebody's dilemma, to have compassion, to do something. And you pray, say, Lord, what can I do for them? How can I help them? And you might say, he might not impress you. Said, move on. Maybe they're not one that you should do anything for. But compassion is what love does. And he always had compassion on the sick. He had compassion on the man that brought his son. The son had some kind of like seizure disorder. And he said, if you will, he sort of believed, almost believed, but he didn't really believe. See what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you, okay, read these scriptures every day, 3 times a day. Pray in the Spirit. I'm going to give you a divine assignment. There's nothing wrong with the assignment. What happens is the assignment didn't come with any mercy. It's like, you do that and you get back to me. And there was no mercy applied there. You understand that? And Jesus, no matter, and the man said, well, I believe, help my unbelief. That means he sort of believed, almost believed, was trying to believe. And Jesus helped him. The same with the lady who came on behalf of her daughter. Jesus told her, I don't come for Samaritans. He said, why did he do that? Well, Scripture doesn't say, but some men have said it's because he wanted to prompt them to stand in faith. He wanted her to stand in faith without compromise, without moving on. And when she did stand in faith, he helped her and healed the girl. You see, Jesus found a way to help people even when they didn't believe exactly like they could have believed. He found a way to help them. He found word that they needed. He was compassionate. Healing is a product of the compassion of the Lord. It's what love would do. God so loved the world. Now you know this because I've told you 100 million times, haven't I, about so love? You can be so mad, and that's different than being mad, right? You can be so aggravated, so distressed. So magnifies the word it's attached to. So love is different than love. You know, you say to people all the time, say, love you, miss, I love you. See you later, love you. Well, I didn't mean love you like so love, like I love Wayne. You get that, right? Mm-hmm. So God so loved the word. What does so love do? He gave his only begotten son. So love always has a plan to apply mercy. How can we apply mercy? How can so love apply mercy to these people who are lost? Well,